Hello and welcome to National Focus for Monday, October 1, 2024. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, the highly anticipated independence attraction Vilaj Kwéyòl is launched. Dominica's Labour government has prioritized CBI transparency. And Dominica joins the rest of the world in observance of International Day of Older Persons. The details of the headline stories and more when we return.
Are you ready? Dominica invites the world to celebrate the biggest and most anticipated music festival in the Caribbean 2024, October 25 to 27 at the Windsor Park Stadium in Roseau. 3 nights, 1 stage, non-stop action. Get your ticket now at dominicafestivals.com. Dominica's World Creole Music Festival.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Labour, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development has launched one of the most anticipated events of the independent season. The third edition of Vilaj Kwéyòl was launched under the theme Tout Bité Dominique on Monday, September 30. Vilaj Kwéyòl is a 4-day event which celebrates everything Dominican, including food, drink, music, fashion, art, craft, culture and tradition in an ultimate and true Dominican style while promoting small businesses, entrepreneurship, quality, sustainability and taste to patrons. The event will also serve as a demonstration of a thoughtful showcase of innovation and progression of agri-trade and tourism during Dominica's biggest festive season.
This event brings together all things Dominican, from the vibrant culture, cuisine, infectious music and displays of a local talent, all wrapped up with the warmth of our people. While we continue to cherish the fond memories of Creole in the Park, this year's Vilaj Kwéyòl would not only build on the legacy, but offer even more, with a twist that promises to captivate both locals and visitors alike. At Flow, we are deeply committed to preserving and contributing towards the development of culture in Dominica. We understand that our role goes beyond providing fixed and mobile services to customers. It's about supporting a lifestyle, traditions, and the heritage of our customers.
Communications Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, Petra Grell-Shillingford, gave an overview of the vendors which will be present at Vilaj Kwéyòl.
We are doing a cassava plante or cassava plant. Okay, so we've had cocoa before, the cocoa house. That was a hit, if you remember. We had the coconut hut last year. So we know we're going big and better, and we're doing a cassava plantain. And if you have been raised anywhere in Dominica, you'll have eaten cassava in whatever form as a tuber. So like you have your dashings, etc. You had cassava breads, you would have cassava cakes, and of course the like. So it has been a true labor of love for us to really display what is uniquely Dominica, and this is what Vilaj is.
Meanwhile, Minister for Small Business Development, Honorable Darren Pinard, emphasized the unique themes that will guide the daily activities.
On day 1, under the theme, Culte bien debout, for those who cannot understand part of that, our culture is still standing. We will highlight our traditional music and our dance, emphasizing the richness and the resilience of our cultural heritage. On day 2, under the theme Youth Explosion, we dedicating this day to the youth, and our aim is for them to showcase a kaleidoscope of the youth cultural expressions and our talents in Dominica. On day 3, that is October the 23rd, the Wednesday, we will be under the theme Fashion, Arts and Poetry. We aim to merge creativity and expression, highlighting the intersection of fashion, visual arts, and poetry. It is meant to showcase our local artists and designers, displaying their talents and innovative approaches.
The final day will feature a carnival-like aura celebrating the conclusion of the week's events.
Day 4, which is the 24th, under the theme Mass in the Creole Village. Now that being the final day, in the colloquial terms we say the last lap, It will be a day of vibrant celebration of joy, unity, and cultural expressions in a carnival-like atmosphere. Now, this day aims to immerse patrons in the lively and colorful expressions, parading of costume bands, and of course, the opening of Dominica Carnival 2025.
Prime Minister the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit says unlike what obtained under previous administrations, the Labour Party administration has been transparent as regards the operations of the Citizenship by Investment program. The United Workers' Party is taking legal action against government as regards the management of the CBI program.
Clearly, the opposition has certain questions in their mind, and they also have their responses in their minds. Mr. Linton, who is the main spokesperson of the UWP, was in Parliament for 8 years as leader of the opposition and also the chairman of the Accounts Committee. He asked questions in Parliament, and all of those questions were responded to.
The Prime Minister says evidence of CBI-funded investments are in plain view all over the country, and there has been updates in national budget estimates.
If you go to the estimates of all of those years, you will see where the projected revenue is indicated, and in the previous year, the actual revenue indicated. If you go on the ground, you will see the projects that we say are being financed by the CBI. If you go into the estimate, you'll see the monies that we gave to the aid bank by way of a loan to on-lend to the hoteliers, to on-lend to manufacturers and agro-processors, to farmers, to small business owners, and to homeowners, and to home builders, rather. You'll see this. So the issue of accountability, and I made the point, that is the only time in the history of the program that the program has been accountable.
Responding to questions on the CBI at his press conference this week, the Prime Minister made the point that under the UWP, there was no accountability for CBI funds and how such funds were being utilized.
You cannot tell me, Matt, of any project that you know of that is CBI funded between 1993 and 2000, except Live River Hotel. Right, except that. That's only. Live, that's what I'm telling you. Right, so you never knew how much money we raised and how it was spent. But if you go to the highest authority in the country, which is the Parliament, right, you will see in the estimates of revenues and expenditure, very transparently, the reporting. On top of that, we've had numerous occasions in the public domain to respond to issues of accountability and transparency.
He says the current regional approach to the CBI transparency grew out of Dominica's discussions with the U.S. on Dominica's program.
The issue of transparency we open. This is why I invited, for example, the Americans, the Treasury Department, to come to Dominica when they were raising issues with us. I said, come to Dominica. Look, you come yourself, ask questions to anyone you have. They did that. Following that visit to Dominica, they submitted a report that they found nothing untoward on there, but they recognized that there's something we could do to strengthen the program. And this is what made part of the 6-point program. And then they wanted us to implement. They said, look, let us have it as a regional thing. And this is how the regional grouping came about.
Dominica joined the rest of the world on Tuesday, October 1 in observance of International Day of Older Persons. The day is being celebrated with the theme Fulfilling the Promises of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for Older Persons across generations. The International Day of Older Persons is commemorated on October 1 each year to raise public awareness about the opportunities and the challenges with aging populations and to mobilize the families, community groups, and stakeholders to address the difficulties faced by older people.
Today, the 1st of October, we join many global partners to celebrate the International Day of Older Persons, a day dedicated to acknowledge and appreciate the unparalleled contribution of our older persons. This year's theme, fulfilling the promises of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for older persons across generations, reminds us of our collective responsibility as a united people, and more so as a small island developing state, to ensure that the rights and dignity of our older persons are upheld and respected.
Her Excellency Matthew noted that the country's older citizens are pillars of society as they have laid the foundation for the future and whose wisdom, experience and resilience continue to enrich the nation. She then urged the youth to draw inspiration from the lives of the country's 14 centenarians.
As we commemorate this day, we must pay special homage to a growing group of distinct citizens, our 14 centenarians, whose lives are a testament to the many benefits to be derived from the power of hard work, strong belief in God Almighty, healthy living habits, resilience and adaptability, positive mind and spirit, and love and respect. Very meaningful attributes that the rest of us should desire to emulate.
Her Excellency Matthew went on to say that it is the duty of the country to create an inclusive society where centenarians and older persons can live with dignity, security, and fulfillment.
To achieve such, we have to ensure that they are allowed access to quality health care, social protection, affordable and safe housing, and opportunities for active participation in community life. These and more are some of the programs the government of the day has been delivering and continues to bring to the entire citizenry. Let us reflect on the progress we have made and the challenges that lie ahead in light of the many global challenges that our beloved nation has had to deal with over the last decade. Through it all, as a people with focused leadership, we have done well and ensure that the welfare of older persons remain principal.
She emphasized the need to confront the injustices that many older individuals experience, ensuring they can live in a fair and impartial world.
We must also address the issues of ageism and discrimination that many older persons face. It is essential to foster intergenerational solidarity where young and old work together to build a society that values and respects all its citizens. By promoting understanding and cooperation between generations, we can create a more harmonious and equitable nation and world.
The United Nations General Assembly established October 1 as the International Day of Older Persons on December 14, 1990. This observance was celebrated for the first time on October 1, 1991. Prime Minister the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit says the announcement of direct flights from New Jersey to Douglas Charles Airport is a demonstration of the airline's confidence in Dominica. Discover Dominica Authority has announced a new non-stop flight from New York to Dominica's Douglas Charles Airport, operated by United Airlines. Beginning February 15, 2025, service from Newark Liberty International Airport will operate on Saturdays, marking the second non-stop flight route from the United States to Dominica.
And no doubt this is going to enhance the opportunities for all of us in the country, and especially those in the hotel and hospitality industry, from taxi operators to hotels, to restaurants, to tour guides, to the village shops, to the farmers, to the small business owners. The more people we have is more consumption of goods and services. More consumption of goods and services mean more money in people's pockets, and we hope also more money in the treasury of Dominica, so that we can continue to provide for the citizens. But this is a huge confidence.
This significant decision by United Airlines follows extensive renovations and upgrades at Douglas Charles Airport, including a 6,351-foot runway extension and the addition of runway grooving. Responding to concerns over the cost of the extension at Douglas Charles Airport, the Prime Minister says it was the right move.
I too had my own reservations. It took me some time to eventually approve of the funds. Because we build an international airport. And I'm saying, look, with all of the challenges we have and the money that we need to pay people that we owe in, how do I spend over $40 million to extend the runway and do the grooving? But ultimately, we recognize that it was an important investment. One, to sustain the flights that are coming in, that would have eliminated the cancellations because of rain and the runway being wet. But also, there was a very strong view or indication that we run the benefit of having additional flights into Dominica from new airlines. And the moment we completed the extension of the runway, the moment we grooved the entire runway, United says, we're coming. And you've seen that they made the announcement and they'll be flying directly from Newark, New Jersey to Dominica.
He says what's happening at Douglas Charles is already an indication of what's possible when the international airport is complete.
I believe this is a very positive precursor to the international airport and the opportunities that the international airport lends itself to in terms of the sustain and expansion, sustenance and expansion of the opportunities in Dominica. That if they're able to come to Douglas Charles, then certainly we expect them to come to the international airport and, of course, other source markets and so forth. So this is a very positive sign. It's a very encouraging sign. I think now we also have to double our efforts on the marketing side and ensuring that our marketing is targeted and people know more of Dominica. And this is what we're working on to ensure that we keep Dominica in the face of the various source markets so that we can benefit from these flights.
This new service will provide a significant boost to Dominica's tourism industry by offering convenient, direct access to and from the tri-state area, one of the island's largest source markets in the United States. You are watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has congratulated law enforcement for their contribution to society. The Prime Minister expressed best wishes to all police officers as they kicked off Police Week 2024 on Monday.
I think it's important that they are highlighting their work and their involvement in the community. Security is crucial in any society, Dominica included. And all things considered, we must say that the police in Dominica are doing a very good job in maintaining law and order and peace and enhancing the safety of our citizens and residents in Dominica.
The Prime Minister noted that the collaboration of the police and the public is the way forward if we are to promote peace and security.
Obviously, nothing is perfect. There's always room for improvement, and they recognize that, and we recognize that, and they'll continue to work with the society, the country, to ensure that our place is secure. Security is societal responsibility. The police has its role, but each of us in the society also have our role to ensure that there is security of person and property in Dominica.
Acting Chief of Police Davidson Valerie says the police alone cannot maintain safety and security in the society.
Our officers have remained resolute in their commitment in combating the challenges of natural disaster, crime activities, illicit drugs, and illegal guns and ammunition. We are aware that transnational organized crimes pose a significant and growing threat to nations with dire implications for national security and economic stability.
The Commissioner says cooperation with the wider public is even more critical in light of advanced technology, which is increasingly being used to commit crime.
Technology such as internet and social media platforms have allowed criminals an avenue for carrying out illegal activities online against others. On the other hand, with their technology, law enforcement has been granted an opportunity to use these tools to control crime and better serve the community by enabling tracker users, chat histories, identity, behavior patterns, and predict potential future crimes.
And 80% of pavement works on Section 1 of the road rehabilitation works in the city of Roseau has been completed. The Ministry of Public Works has undertaken to repair road surfaces in Roseau impacted by high seas associated with Hurricane Beryl. The intention is to have these road surfaces repaired ahead of the start of the new cruise season. Section 1 covers Old Street to Cork Street, Section 2, Cork Street to Hillsborough Street, and Section 3, Hillsborough Street to the New Market outside Dexia. The date for completion of all three sections has been extended from October 4 to October 8. This is due to a late start caused by rain. The Ministry apologizes for any inconvenience that may arise due to the temporary closure of these public roads and seeks the usual cooperation of the general public to ensure smooth execution. The Creole News highlights next with Jenna Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel en créole dans Monsieur Gino Jacob. Statistiques qu'a montré que Vilaj Kwéyòl qui était à place Dominique Dessan. Officier police fait annoncement salarié en une cérémonie et puis exhibition en quartier général police. Force police Dominique a observé semaine police au septembre 29 pour octobre 5 2124.
Statistiques là en quoi particularly en burglary crime la moun ka monter en kay moun sans moun éviter yo ka voler bagay moun en kay yo. Quoi ça en particulier il descend pliqué en 100%. Nous tenons quoi ça était 1500 en 2000 pas 1997 il descend pour 300. So ça c'est un remarquable achievement pour nous mettre quoi burglary tellement bas en Dominique. So ça c'est bon parole pour police et nous avons intérêt à dire public là pour continuer à assister police en travail et nous-mêmes qui assister police. So c'est un partnership bagaille police et puis public là qui travaille ensemble pour faire Dominique une place qui safe, une place autant monde que les vini.
Force police Dominique a créé à sous public Dominique pour travailler avec eux.
Du public là pour assister nous et nous-mêmes obligés pour assister eux. So là nous fait ça, Dominique est en meilleure place pour nous vivre en peace, pour nous vivre en Churchill. So public là vini et puis nous venir en partnership et puis nous qui fait bagaille bien en Dominique.
Premier ministre Dominique Honorable Vilaj Kwéyòl dit annoncement direct vol avion hors New Jersey, ça c'est hors l'Amérique pour basse avion Douglas Charles, c'est un signe positif pour Dominique. Ça a montré confiance en valeur moun qui voulait visiter Dominique. Gouvernement longé chemin basse avion Douglas Charles, plus gros avion ça rentré Dominique actuellement. Plus touristes ça a venu. Ça c'est une indication ça qui est possible la base avion international Dominique qui est fini. Jeudi 1er octobre c'était jour moun qui en l'âge international. Quand ce moun qui en l'âge et puis business Dominique observé jour ça là. Banque nationale Dominique et puis Issa Trading teni activité. Mois passé septembre c'était mois moun qui en l'âge. En mois ça là deux moun célébrer yon san année. Man Nicolas Hodemiro et puis man Pascal Hod Guanfon. En tout, Dominique, il y a 14 personnes qui ont 100 années. Premier ministre Dominique Honorable Roosevelt Carey dit programme CBI transparent en bas administration Labour Party. Pièce d'autre administration parti qu'a montré opération programme investissement par citoyen contre Labour Party. Il a le pays qui prend action légale contre le gouvernement à ce programme CBI. Premier ministre Carey dit évidence CBI en dit tout le monde en Dominique. Moun savoir développement qui prend place avec l'agent CBI. En bas UWP, il partenait pièce évidence utilisation l'agent CBI. Ça c'est tout à ce nouvel en Kwéyòl, changer nous en temps cyclone toujours. En nous célébrer une bonne saison indépendance 46 années ensemble. Dominique c'est pays nous, cadeau nous. Non, monsieur Geno Jacob, au revoir.
Thank you, Jano. And now for today's weather advisory. A weak high-pressure system is the dominant feature across the area. This is expected to result in a relatively dry atmosphere. Low-level clouds moving with the wind flow are expected to result in occasional cloudy periods with a few showers during the period. Additionally, light winds and daytime heating is expected to result in an increase in cloudiness with some scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms during the afternoon. The remnants of Joyce, Tropical Storm Kirk, and a broad area of low pressure in the central and eastern Atlantic are currently being monitored. These systems are expected to remain over open water and currently pose no threat to the region. Sea conditions are expected to remain slight to moderate, with wave heights reaching up to 5 feet over the next 24 hours. Today's hurricane tip: be prepared, ready to live without power, water, gas, phone, and internet for a long time. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morris. Thanks for watching.